BadSecretMedia.com.
I hate Bad Secret Media.
Gamers, welcome to the Secret Levels Podcast. On this week's episode, grab your rocks because we're heading to the woods. We're going to go hunt a serial killer who wears a hockey mask.
I'm Player 1, Toby.
And I'm Player 2, Goobs.
And this is a retro video game review show where we talk about the history, the gameplay, the story, the music, and what else do we do, Goobs?
We give it a fucking rage meter at the end. It's like, do you want to take a glass vase and shove it up your ass and sit down really hard till it breaks? 'Cause that would be very rage-inducing.
And then, at the end, we rate it and let you know if this game is actually worth playing or not.
We rate it 1 to 10 because we are simple folk.
We are simple as fuck. And you know what, Goobs?
What, Toby?
It's really close to Halloween.
Ooh, Halloweenies.
It is spooky games that we're playing.
Yeah, this is the last episode of Spooktober. This is the first time we're calling it that, but I guess that's what this month has been.
We're coining it now. Ooh, that's so scary.
It's never too late.
And we're not playing a game that's the 31st, but switch those numbers around.
Yeah.
And what do you got?
You got the 13th.
And what happens on 13th? Fridays.
Jason comes awake. Jason comes back. It's Jason's birthday.
He comes... or Death Day. Didn't he die on a Friday the 13th?
No, he comes back on Friday the 13th. We just lost all credibility.
So anyways, we are going to be talking about Friday the 13th. Not the one. We're not talking about the Friday the 13th review that we did a year ago.
I just hear Jenny did his big sigh of relief.
Oh,
and I heard
man.
Richie turn in his grave.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Even though he's
Richie.
not dead, but...
We tried to live stream the new Friday the 13th game, and it's a little bit of a disaster. And we know it because we were all distracted trying to play the game instead of talk about it. But we're going to make up for it right now because...
Fuck yeah, we are. 10-fold, 13-fold.
13-fold. Because we're going to talk about the old one.
I got my purple onesie on.
Your purple hockey mask?
No, the light blue hockey mask.
Well, light purple, light blue. But how about we just go ahead and let's slash into some details.
Ah, my spleen!
So we are indeed talking about Friday the 13th. This game was released February 1st, 1989. It was developed by Atlas. It was published by LJN. I
should have realized that right away. I'm like, no, this is going to be bad. The rainbow.
The rainbow. It was released on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
The Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
And it is a single-player survival horror game.
Yeah.
And maybe a search and find. Survival horror is the best that I could describe it as.
Yeah, it's a very hard game to describe. Running around. Maybe it's like a House Hunters International kind of thing where you're going in looking at different houses and like, oh, this place looks nice. Maybe I should rent here.
Well, maybe I should light this fireplace.
Yeah, well, there's a random note on the floor. Maybe I should read that.
How about I tell you the story of this game real quick, Goobs?
The story of Friday the 13th? Let's hear it. It's story time with Toby.
Well, howdy, campers! Are we ready for a fun-filled summer at Camp Crystal Lake where nothing goes wrong?
Yeah, we sure are.
And all we do is have fun, right?
Fun indeed. We love fun.
Now, let me introduce you to your 6 counselors who will be taking care of you 15 children. There's 15 of you.
There's 15 of us. I'm counting.
There's George, Mark, Paul, Laura, Debbie, and Chrissy.
Mark's the best. Mark's the best.
Now, settle down.
No, we're hyper on sugar.
Hold on. So, you need to get to know these counselors as best as you can, because I'm sure you'll end up being friends with them until the end of your life. Or theirs.
Which probably isn't too far from now.
We know that you may have heard of a story of a young camper named Jason Voorhees who drowned in this lake while some of the counselors were having premarital sex. But that's just an old story. We promise he isn't going to come back and get revenge with a hockey mask and try to kill you.
Yeah, it's just a myth.
So, yeah, no. Yeah, the next 3 days are going to be filled full of fun. And, he'd have to deal with all 6 of the counselors before he came after you. So, have fun. Oh, stay out of the cave. There's rumors of an old woman's head in there. So, just stay out of the cave. Have fun!
Whee! Caves!
So that's kind of what you're doing. That's the story.
Sweet story.
Yeah. So, this game, supposedly, I'm saying supposedly so big right now, supposedly, is supposed to take an average of 2 to 4 hours to beat.
Oh, is that right?
If you're able to. Yeah. Now, speedrun.com has a record set by PGH Guitar Guy at 2 minutes and 53 seconds in real time. I don't know what that means, but it says in real time and not the game time.
Jesus.
So
2 minutes?
Yeah, and the speedruns, once you know how to do the speedrun, you can skip everything. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a pattern. Everything goes in a pattern. Jason's in a pattern. Things pop up in a pattern.
Yeah. But how about we go ahead and stab our way into the gameplay?
Yeah, let's slice right in.
So, this game, Goobs, you get to pick one of the 6 counselors to start this game out with.
Oh, those amazing sprites, man.
And then, now there's no stats on your counselors. We need to put that out there right away. There is no stats to know, like,
who can run faster, stronger, who can throw rocks the hardest.
Right. So, you just pick one at random, and then you have the map of Crystal Lake. So, before we get into how crazy the map is, you start out with only one weapon, which is a rock. And this rock has a terrible arc to it.
Yeah, the trajectory of the rock. Hey, big word, give us 5 stars on whatever you're listening on, because I used a big word, trajectory. Word of the day.
Well done.
So yeah, it's got bad trajectory, and it goes over most of the enemies' heads, unless you duck. The
zombies that come at you and shit, you're just like, whoop, it's right over them. It's like, oh, that worked.
Yeah. You can jump also in this game, but you cannot jump and throw your weapons.
Nope, you cannot.
At the same time.
You cannot pat your head and rub your tummy.
Nope, your feet have to be planted on the ground.
Well, that's how you get the most momentum, right? So you can throw right over everything. You need to have the full power of your base.
Yeah, I guess so. That's why you're chunking them over their heads, I guess. You have so much power. But yeah, if you duck, did you duck a lot while you were throwing the rock?
You have to.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
Like, there's no other way about it. Like, that thing is just like, maybe up there as one of the worst projectile weapons in any video game.
Now let's go ahead and we'll talk about some of the items real quick and the weapons and whatnot. You can find other items as you kill some of the enemies. You can find like the knife, and just jumping around, you'll randomly find other items too.
Yeah, they'll just randomly pop out of the air.
So there's the knife, and it's more powerful than the rocks, and it'll throw in a straight line. So that's pretty helpful.
very helpful in this game.
Yeah, with just getting rid of the rocks and just being able to throw something straight is, you don't have to duck every time. Then there's the torch, which I couldn't get the torch at all. In fact, I didn't beat this game, Goobs. I'm going to go straight out there and say I did not beat this game.
I've came close. I beat him twice, but then I couldn't get him the third time.
He's a bastard.
He's a son of a bitch.
There's the torch, then there's the machete. You can get the axe.
You can get a pitchfork, which is amazing.
Yes, that's the strongest item in the game, I believe.
Yeah, the best is the torch, though. It's good for everything besides the werewolves.
Right.
And he killed Jason the fastest with fire. You find that in a little note in one of the cabins.
Yeah. So then there's a lighter that you have to find, and that's how you can light the fireplaces. You find... Now, they're called vitamins. The little pill bottles, they're vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins.
Which I think is funny. There's keys that you can find to allow you access into more of the rooms and houses and stuff.
Yeah, that's how you get into Jason's mother's little shack there.
Yep, and if Jason's mother her head is in the cave, and you can go in there, and her head like floats around like a giant Medusa head, and if you defeat her, you can get the sweater. I got
flashbacks from Castlevania when I entered that room. She's like, no, not Medusa's head again. Fuck's sakes.
Yep.
Yeah, when you get the sweater, you get less damage, and you can, like, some enemies don't hurt you anymore, but you can use that only for one counselor.
Right. And then, like you said, there's the messages on the floors and some of the cabins that you can find. Now, some of the enemies, you've got zombies, bats, werewolves, crows, Jason's mother, and Jason.
I hated the crows.
Well, see, that's why I was saying, like, I wish you could jump and throw items, because I could have probably killed some of the crows, but every time those crows would hit me because I'm stupid. Now, Jason will randomly sometimes attack you on the road, but most of the time you find him in the cabins and stuff.
Yeah, as I was mentioning about path earlier, like, he'll follow a path around the map, and you can kind of, if you run into him, you can keep chasing him down and smacking him that way. But he'll enter every cabin that he comes across, so you can just randomly find him in there. And like, as a kid, because I played this as a child as well, and that part would actually scare the crap out of me. When you go into a house and, like, you're going through, it's all, like, nice and quiet, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, Jason! And he starts chomping at you and shit. It's like, ah, I'm gonna die, all I have is a rock.
Well, let's explain, like, when you're outside of the cabins and you're on the pathways, it's a side-scrolling game.
Yes.
And that's where you do all your battling and stuff, and you can jump over enemies and whatnot. Now, when you go into a cabin, it turns into like a 3D kind of perspective, almost like the Contra game. Like when you go into the...
Yeah, or like the old, like, an old dungeon, like, crawler, like an old 8-bit one where you go through and the walls change and everything. It's like first person, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's kind of confusing because usually these cabins usually have a window, a fireplace, a door, or a blank wall. So it's kind of hard to navigate through them at first because you don't know exactly what you're doing. I was missing a lot of fireplaces at first because I didn't realize, like, you could move up like 3 steps because, like, every time you press forward, it moves you into the next room forward.
Yes.
I didn't realize that if you moved once and then turn left, you might see the fireplace there. Did you have that issue?
Oh, yeah. It's confusing as all hell. You don't know where the fuck you're going. And sometimes you can get lost inside a house and be like, the time's ticking here, boys. Let's stop looking around here. We gotta go. And, yeah, you get used to it after a bit. But when you're first going in, it's very jarring to enter the houses and try to get out of it. But that could just be me.
No, I had a lot of trouble with the houses. And then the map doesn't help you at all. The map is super confusing. But apparently, like, for the majority of it, it's got a really easy solution. It's, if you go left, this will make you go clockwise on the map. And if you go right, it'll make you go counterclockwise on the map.
So I would stop and pause it and figure out where I need to go.
That's what I did too until I read that, and I was like, oh, that makes it so much easier. So the map's got like a big outer ring, and then it's got like another road in the middle of it, and there's pathways that connect. So as you're walking, you'll see like a left to right, you'll see a path either going up or down. And if you go on those, some of them will like take you through the woods or may take you to the actual lake. And like there's a dock that you can go on.
You can ride a boat.
To go to. You can ride a boat
and
with little.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. You get jumping zombies too there. Jump out of the water at you, like, little cocksuckers.
They're little dolphin zombies. They come out of the water.
Echo the zombie.
That's exactly what it is. Now, the whole point of this game, like we're just talking about the gameplay right now. The point of the game is to save the children and save your counselors. You want the counselors to be safe as well. So what'll happen is an annoying beeping noise will happen.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
And what that means is Jason's attacking the cabin with kids in it. So you have to pause, and you'll see the cabin that's
flashing,
blinking. Yeah, it's flashing. That's where Jason is. So you have to get there and stop him from killing the kids. Or you can just ignore it and let him kill them. You have to have at least one kid and one counselor survive to win the game. That's just how it is.
Yeah, just let them die. Fuck it. You don't have time. You're trying to find fucking a torch and all this other shit.
Right. Now, okay, what was lighting the fireplaces doing for us?
I think it lets you get some other items in the game. I said, once you find the lighter, you can start collecting the keys and the knives. So I don't know if it really did too much, because I didn't notice any difference, but...
Yeah, I kept lighting fires and stuff, but I had no clue what it was actually doing. I didn't know if it was like unlocking the notes on the ground. I think the notes are just there. Yeah, because there would be a bunch of notes that I would just come across. So I don't know what lighting the fireplaces did. If you watch the speedruns, I don't think they even light any fires.
Might let you get the torch. I really don't know.
I don't know either. But that's one of the main
professionals,
missions. Folks. This game is not like other games that we've played. I feel like this game was super rushed. You know, I don't think there was a lot of time put into this game.
Could it
I think
be the ET of Nintendo?
I'd have to say so. I really would. I think so, because ET on Atari is confusing as hell too.
Yeah, this is when you're expecting to play like a Friday the 13th game. You're not expecting to go around finding all these fucking different things and doing all these different little kind of puzzles. In order, you're expecting to hunt down Jason, like maybe fight him or something. Or be Jason.
You do fight him.
You fight him.
Yeah.
But it turns into more like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. You're dodging left and right when he's coming at you.
Now, let's talk about that real quick, because if you encounter Jason in the cabin, that's exactly what the battle is like. It's kind of like Punch-Out. Did you figure out how to dodge?
The first few times, no.
Yeah, I knew you could, but I couldn't figure it out. You have to hold down and left or right to like make your character stay still, and then because you can actually, unlike Punch-Out, you can actually move left and right. But to do the dodge move, you have to hold down and press left or right, and that'll actually make you juke left or right.
You kind of want to stay stationary when you're fighting him.
You don't want to move around too much. If you have
the torch, you're good. You can just whip it at him.
Right. The rocks, you'll never beat him with the rocks. No. It'll take forever.
I've tried.
That's what I was trying to... Well, I had the knives, and I still wasn't able to beat him the first time I played, and I was like, motherfucker. But then if you get him outside, and you're fighting him outside, there's a way where you can, like... Yes, he doesn't look like the same sprite at all.
No, he looks like kind of menacing for, like, an 8-bit, like, character when you're in the house. And when you're fighting him on the street, just like fat dude coming up in a purple jumpsuit with a light blue mask, like ah.
Well, so on each day, because you're gonna fight Jason, you got to kill him 3 times,
On
once
3 different
each day
days.
that you're 3 different days. So each fight that you have with him, he gets harder.
So technically, you killed him on the 15th.
Oh yeah, huh?
You fight him on the 14th, and the Jason returns.
Yeah. He's ruining his own gimmick. Now, on each day, he does get harder. And then it's recommended that you try to fight Jason outside on day 2 and 3 because he's a little bit easier, I guess, outside. And it's recommended that you use the torch or the axe.
Yeah, on day 2, he can vary, because on day 1, he's the slowest, day 3, he's the fastest. But on day 2, he can vary his speed in between his attacks when you're fighting him in the side of the cabin. So, like,
Yeah.
he'll swing once and you can dodge, but on day 3 he swings twice and really fast. So it's hard to tell like which like mode he's gonna do. So they say just fight him outside, as you were saying.
Now, I was saying that the pitchfork is the strongest weapon in the game, but you can only get it on day 3, and I think there's a bunch of steps that you have to do to get the pitchfork, so it's not even worth it, you know?
No, just pretty much do what you can to try to kill him as fast as you can.
Now, once you get the knife, apparently after you kill 60 of the zombies, you get the machete. And then somehow you can get the axe after that, so there's that.
Huh.
If you decide to play this game, just keep killing zombies. You'll eventually get the machete.
I was just focused on Jason.
Now, yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to do too. But now, some of the characters, now I said earlier there's no stats for the characters, but apparently Mark and Chrissy are the fastest two.
Yeah, they're top tier.
And they are the best characters to use if you want to get around and move. George and Debbie are the weakest and the slowest. So those are the ones that you want to let die first.
Fuck you, George and Debbie.
Yeah, they're the weakest links. And then I'm guessing the other two are just, average.
Middle class.
So middle class. Now, this is kind of cool. You can switch your campers when you're inside of a cabin. All you have to do is press start. So if Jason's killing some of the kids or whatever and the cabin's blinking, you can actually go into whatever cabin, press start, and switch to a different counselor that's closer to that cabin.
They're spread out all over the map, all the counselors.
Yes. So and like I said, you can pick a different counselor, whoever's closest to whatever you need to get to, and you can take on whatever challenge. This game's a fucking mess. I feel like I'm confusing myself just talking about it.
I think I'm confused now. I think all the listeners are confused.
And if you get the flashlights and stuff, that'll help you see into the cave better. Did you do much in the cave?
Well, you gotta go in there to fight Jason's mom, or her head.
Yeah, you don't have to, though, is what I read.
No.
You can completely skip the
I
cave
wanted
altogether.
to see what the battle was like myself, so
Right.
it wasn't too bad. But you can also tell, like I saw a little thing online, that if you don't need the flashlight, there's a chip on a rock, which is a pain in the ass to fucking see, but there's the only rock with a chip in it inside the cave, and that's where the door is, so you can just go up and through there. You don't need the flashlight.
Oh, that's funny. Fuck your flashlight. Look for the chip in the rock. Now, how do you feel like the controls handled in this? Like on all aspects, like the side scrolling, the 3D part, like how do you feel like it handled?
The jumping I felt was loose. Like when you're throwing the rock, like it didn't feel like when I hit the button there was a little bit of lag on it. That could have just been the way I was playing it. By nefarious means. But yeah, they were a little loose for my liking. They weren't as tight as some of the other games that we played, but when you're inside the houses and finally you hit forward or left or right, it would take a second, but that's probably just the game. We're playing an NES game, so it's not going to be blast processor here. It's going to be slow and 8-bit. So I guess there's really no faults. It's just me being particular.
I didn't feel like the side scrolling was terrible. I felt like when you were playing with the faster characters, the jumping was perfectly fine. I felt when you're playing as those other characters, though, you do feel weak.
Maybe I was just George
and...
the whole time.
You were screwing it up by being George, man. But, if they would have added some kind of status indicator so you knew, like, how fast and stuff everyone was, I think that would have been a plus.
You're asking a lot of the game developers, man. Come on.
I know. Well, all the sprites look the same for the counselors, I think. I don't think that there's too much.
Yeah, they just changed the shirt color, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like...
Dude, did you laugh when they jump? Because their face just shrinks. It's just like... Their hair stays the same size, and their face just goes, just goes down a bit.
No, I didn't even notice that.
Ever since like blank face Belmont, I just always look at people's faces, and like these ones are blank face too, and it's like the whole like sprite, the whole face just crunches down when they jump. It's just like they're hitting like a fucking top of a glass ceiling or something.
That's funny. I need to go back and look at that. But like the Ninja Turtles game, the first one on NES, it's got there's variety. Like when you're one of the characters, like the reach of the weapon because like Donatello's got the staff,
yeah.
Leonardo's got the swords. They reach out pretty far. They've got a good range on them, and then like Raphael and Michelangelo have short range. So you know what you're dealing with. You don't have to have stats because it makes sense. There's nothing to indicate like, oh, this is the slow character. Like maybe if the sprite was like Toby or something, like it was just a big fat sprite, you'd be like, that sprite's not going to jump very high.
Yeah, no, he's slow.
Something just to help you out.
Yeah, there's nothing to differentiate, or did I say that properly? I don't even fucking care. But
now give us a 1-star review.
There's nothing to tell the characters apart, pretty much.
No, it's... And here's one of the big problems I'm going to have with it. There's not a lot of variety in characters. Like I said, you've got the zombies, the bats, the werewolves, which the werewolves will piss you off because they're so fast and you are not, no matter what character you are. Yeah. They are really quick. But there's not a whole lot in this game. It's kind of the same scenery over and over. There's not a whole lot going on in this game. And like, I feel like the sprite animations outside are fine, but again, it's just not like all the cabins look the same. They're not even different colors or anything.
I would appreciate some different like textures inside the houses.
Yes, just even if the lines
something to tell it apart,
directions.
Like from the other rooms that you're in, like even like a little like a couch or a poster on the wall or something.
Fuck. If there would just be a 1 or something so you knew what cabin you were in, like, oh, this is cabin 1, or, like, anything to make it just somewhat different so you know where you're going and if you've already been there. I
found myself running around in circles at times. You lose track of time and space and all things that should be normal in life when you're playing this game. And you're going back in the same fucking house and you're like, shit. And you push start on the map like, I was just fucking here, like, 2 minutes ago. How many houses have I fucking been into right now?
Well, it's really funny because you'll get lost just because of how quick you actually move on the map. The map is actually really big, but if you just walk for about 5 seconds in one direction, you're already like halfway across the map and you're like, whoa, I missed my turn. I missed the path I was supposed to go on. So that's kind of a pain in the ass,
Yeah, it's like a pain like you're walking through the tall grass. Don't watch that movie, anyone.
I didn't hate that movie, to be honest.
We'll have to talk about that after. Because I have no clue what the fuck was going on in that movie.
Let's talk about the music real quick.
And that was talking about the music.
Well, as you can hear right now, the music that's playing is the same repetitive loop, and there's not much variety in this.
It switches up when you go into the houses and stuff, but...
Or when Jason's around.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's not much variety. You will get wore out on this soundtrack.
And the constant beeping
it's not very
in the
good.
background.
Fuck that constant beeping.
It wasn't bad the first couple times listening to the songs, because for me, I played this game. I owned it as a kid, so it was like kind of nostalgic for me in that sense. But after that, it's just like, okay, like I'm done. I'm fucking done. All my friends are dead. Game over.
That beeping is almost as bad as the baby Mario crying when he gets knocked off Yoshi. Yeah, it's almost that bad. Now, at the very beginning of the game, it's got a really cool intro, and it's got Jason's mask. It looks fucking cool.
Fuck yeah.
And then it's got a knife that stabs through it.
The screen flashes red.
And then it's just a sound. It's not like a cool, scary song or something playing on the intro. It's just a sound.
The sound of silence.
It's so disappointing. Like, I don't know, man. The soundtrack's not good. The soundtrack is not good at all.
The people listening to this now like, that song ain't that bad.
Did you,
yeah, listen to it as you play the game for a few fucking hours.
There's just nothing to say about it. I wish there was something positive to say about something in this game. I feel like I'm already taking a big dump on it.
Yeah, big steamy dump of fucking rainbows. Hey dude, I better go aside. I think I left my car in neutral.
Your car's in neutral?
Yeah, I think I didn't put it in park. I think I left it in neutral, and yeah, there's like a fucking whole camp like down the street for me, and I might roll into the counselors and shit.
Oh man, yeah, you better go take care of that.
Yeah, I didn't put the e-brake on. I'll be right back, man. Peace.
Okay. Man, it's kind of spooky in here all by myself. I'm just gonna rub my chest and try to calm down because I'm real terrified right now, and I don't want a Jason to come out of nowhere. Ah!
I just came out of your chest. That's the cleanest place I ever came out of. Your heart's in great shape, Toby. Ooh.
Thank you.
You got some good vascular veins.
Thank you. You almost gave me a heart attack, though. I thought you were Jason. I don't know why you're wearing that hockey mask.
Because it's the same color as I am.
It's blue.
I'm not blue. I'm baby blue.
Oh, so since you're here, you must have played this Friday the 13th game, and you must have a really cool cheat that makes the game like better or enhances it. Or
I'm sorry to say this, but nope, you're fucked, Toby. I ain't got shit for this game.
You usually always have a cheat for this kind of thing, like make the game better, or maybe a little fun, like invincibility. So
There's
Jason can't
nothing
kill you.
redeemable that can make this game any more fun than it already is.
It's not. Goobs, Genie.
Yes, Toby?
I'm disappointed.
So am I. That your penis is only 2 inches long.
Don't tell everyone that. This is being recorded. Just go away. Just get the fuck out of here. Go away, Goobs Genie. I'm done with it.
Here, but before I go, here, take this rock.
Thanks. What am I gonna do? Chunk this over fucking enemies' heads? God.
Try to shove it up my ass. See you later.
Oh my gosh. See you later, Goobs Genie. Get out of here. Fuck. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this stupid rock.
Oh, why do you have a rock, Toby? Fuck, I'm out of breath chasing my car down. I saved all the counselors, though. Whew.
This rock.
Did you have, like, a kidney stone or something? Did you piss that out?
No. Would you like to hear some fun facts?
It's time for Fun Facts with Toby.
Alright, Goobs. This is our last spooky version, which none of them have been spooky this month, but our last Spooktober. What am I trying to say? It's how much is this game?
We can say it's a lightning round.
Okay, Goobs, this is how we play the game. You are Canadian, right?
Yes, I am. Born and raised.
I am from America. and you are going to try to guess the American prices on this video game. First off, we want to know how much a loosey-goosey copy of Friday the 13th on the NES goes for. What do you think it goes for?
I only have
Boobs?
one answer for this, man.
Okay.
$13.
I like your enthusiasm. I like your punness.
7.
But Goobs.
7.
You can't go from unlucky to a lucky number.
Yes, I can.
Are you sure about that?
Fuck you. No, I said another number, so I'm gonna be pissed off either way if I get either one right, so.
This game goes for $11 loose.
Oh shit. I was close. 7-Eleven.
Yeah, you were close in that sense, I guess. So now we're gonna take a guess at closed in box, CIB. This means you've got the manual, the box, and the cartridge, maybe even the little dust sleeve cover too. Who knows?
Shit.
That's
Dusty?
the little dust covers, the little black
Yeah, I call 'em
plastic
dusty.
covers that go dusty.
Yeah. Put some
So,
googly eyes on it.
Closed. Closed in box. How much does this game go for? Box manual game.
Let's say $32.50.
$32.50. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer, Mr. Toby.
This game, closed in box, goes for $51.
Shit. That's quite the
Yep.
price jump from loose mint. Well, I guess because the Nintendo boxes
Yeah.
are like people just to throw them out and recycling, right?
Right.
Oh, it's cardboard. You know how much money fucking parents threw out back in the day?
Yeah, if only they knew, like, hey, we should keep all this and maybe it'll be worth something one day.
That's what people like. We have all these games around. Like, why don't you get rid of them and sell them? You know how much it's going to be worth in 20 years from now when I'm dead? I'm hopefully not going to be dead in 20 years, but...
Now, this game it's one of my favorite NES cover arts. I love the art on this.
It's badass.
Real, like,
Hey, that's
yeah,
a
it's got a
positive
bunch of
thing
color.
about the game.
When you look at this, the sticker on the cartridge or the actual box, it's cool looking. It's really retro looking. It's really, it's got like the 80s like neon colors in it. It's cool. It's just cool, and it is what it is. The game is. Anyways, Nintendo Power rated this the 6th worst game ever made in the September 1997 issue, which is issue 100. Now, I thought this was an interesting list. The top 10 games that were in that top worst games
You got them with you?
were...
Is Dr. Jekyll
I do
Mr. Hyde
have-
on there?
No, surprisingly not.
Really?
Bebe's Kids
Yep.
for the Super Nintendo.
Nailed it.
Barbie Supermodel for the Super Nintendo. Shaq Fu for the Super Nintendo. AD&D Heroes of the Lance for NES. Never heard of that.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Pit Fighter for the Super Nintendo. Friday the 13th, there it is, NES. Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City,
yep.
Super Nintendo. Beethoven 2nd for Super Nintendo, which that was one of my favorite games as a child.
We'll have to revisit that.
Yes, we will soon. Color a Dinosaur for the NES. And The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle for NES.
Well, I think we got some games to play, buddy.
Yes, we do. I loved that little list. Especially the Barbie Supermodel.
Oh, we're totally going to
Yep.
play that game.
Yes, we are, eventually. Okay, so the purple Jason suit that everyone kind of used to complain about, I guess, which is now kind of a cult favorite.
Oh, definitely. He was even in the game that we played, the remake, or not the remake, the Friday the 13th like multiplayer game.
Yes, the one that was released in 2017, which is available on PlayStation 4, Xbox, Steam, and Switch now.
Yes.
So yeah, the retro they call it the retro outfit instead of calling it the NES.
That game is much better than this game. So if you have a couple of friends, go play that game.
Yeah. But yeah, so the reasons that they use like this purple and bluish colors. Now, these are just rumors. These are just possibilities. Speculations, because there's no real answer, but people believe it was maybe to make him less scary, because NES, if you remember, is a family console. They didn't have bloody, gory games on there, so this was a way to...
They had Freddy as well, so...
Yeah, but this was a way to make it less scary, maybe, possibly? Or it had to do with something like the limitations on the NES. And how many colors that they could have on the screen at the same time. Like, I don't know how all that works, but there could have been some kind of limitation, you know?
Yeah, there could have been.
But the best theory is the developers use an old Japanese poster where Jason is crashing through a window and he's got like a purple tint and a blue tint on his outfit. And it's a really cool looking poster. So they may have been using that as a reference guide.
That's my pick.
Just thought, oh...
It's LJN we're talking about here, so...
Well, see, LJN only had the rights. That's why they had Atlas come in to do the games. LJN didn't make the games. They outsourced it and had other developers, and then they would publish it.
I don't fucking care. Their games are still shit.
Yeah, because they would just get random rights to movies and shit and make shit games. But like we were saying, the retro Jason's real popular now. They've got Funko Pops. They've got what are the NECA? Are they NECA?
The NECA video game repaints. They have like their NECA figures and they paint them as their what they look like in the video games. I actually own that figure on my shelf.
Yeah, and that made the Friday or the Nightmare on Elm Street one popular, so there's actually a NES painting of one of the figures to look like the NES game, which is pretty cool. Now,
I have
the box
both of those,
on the
actually.
Friday... Do you?
Yeah.
On the Friday the 13th, doesn't that one play the music from the game?
Yes, well, there was two. The first one, which is very hard to come by, which I don't own, was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It was the first one that started off the whole series of the figures. There's all different things, like Rocky, Predator, fucking Terminator, there's tons of shit. But that one's glow in the dark, so it's super exclusive, it's hard to find, it's super expensive. The re-release has Jason, the same model, but it comes with his mother's head and a couple weapons, but when you open it up, it plays music when you're walking around.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Mine now, though, I open it up, and it just goes... So I guess like something happened to it.
That's pretty funny.
I was pretty upset, actually, when I found that out.
Aww. Now I feel bad.
It was actually last night, I opened it, wait to hear the music, and it was just like... I'm like, oh man, this game's kicking my ass right now, and then this is happening? Like, I was talking to the guys in the Discord group, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking smash this right now.
That sucks. So, apparently, when this game was made, they were already up to Friday the 13th, the 8th part. So, a lot of the games have, like, different... So, like, the pitchfork is from one movie, and, like, each items are from, like, different movies and stuff. So, it's not just, like, one movie. You know, it's kind of... they took inspiration from this movie, a little from this one, a little from that one. Kind of like what they did with the Jaws game, which was also
mix and match.
LJN. Yeah. So, yeah. But that's really all I got for fun facts on this game. Let's do it, Goobs.
It's time to fucking rage!
Oh, come on!
This is the Rage Meter. We are about to tell you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how pissed off this game makes us. How mad can it make you, Goobs?
It can make me so mad that I want to paper cut my nipples off.
Ooh, that's bad.
That's mad.
I wanna go first, Goobs.
You go ahead, Toby.
I'm giving this game a 9 on the rage meter. I would give it more, but it's not that it's just rage inducing because there's no clear idea of what you're supposed to be doing. You just get dropped off in Crystal Lake and you're like, okay, I'm supposed to protect the counselors. You don't know how to do it. There's massive amount of zombies and fucking bats and bullshit coming at you. The map is really
Why the fuck is there
confusing.
zombies at Crystal Lake, first of all?
They had to put some kind of enemies in there, and I get that, but yeah, zombies.
They could have made it a strategic 1-on-1 battle. Or a 6-on-1 battle. Where you just go around, find shit, find Jason. Just like in the fucking newer game.
Yeah, there could have been so much cool stuff for this game, but I don't know. I feel like it's just a clusterfuck of a mess.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Rage on.
Yeah, it's just a clusterfuck of a game, and the map being confusing, the characters not. You can't tell who's better than who. Trying to save the kids is a pain in the ass. The beeping noise is a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass game. That's all there is to it. Fighting Jason sucks. The 3D in the house sucks. It's a 9. I'm just giving it a 9.
Yeah, that's a pretty good score there. I might be
Yeah, what are
joining
you
you.
giving it?
It's fucking high up there, man. Okay, let me take a breath here. So I'll be going with a 9 myself. And because
Okay.
the rock fucking sucks. You're whipping it over everyone's head, and then the zombies just keep coming non-stop after you. They're rushing into you. Your counselors are dying. There's kids dying in the fucking cabins. Jason's showing up all over the fucking place. You're walking around. You're going to caves. You don't know where the fuck you're going because you don't have a fucking torch to light the way. So you're just walking around blindly looking for a chipped fucking rock. 'Cause I read that online. That's what you gotta look for. You're looking over for that everywhere. Can't fucking find it. And they just keep on walking. Oh, look, a werewolf. Hey, look, I got a fucking rock. Here you go, werewolf. Boom. Counselor dead. And you're off to the next counselor. You're walking around trying to find fucking Jason now. Like, I got a torch here. Got this fucking stupid fireplace lit. I've read a couple notes. I've killed your mom. Killed your mom's flying head. I got a sweater on. Magical safety sweater. Magical safety sweater doesn't do fucking shit. You're still gonna fucking die if you have a safety sweater on. Jason's gonna come after you no matter what. You enter the house, you turn left, you turn right, boom! Jason there, you're trying to dodge him. Juke left, juke right. He has a machete, he's chopping you. All you have is a fucking rock in your hand. Guess what? Counselor fucking dead. Next thing you know, you're on a fucking boat. You're going around, flying fucking zombies everywhere. You go into a house, boom, Jason, counselor fucking dead. Going around, fat Jason comes up. Another counselor fucking dead. You're gonna die so many fucking times in this fucking game. Jason's gonna come after you no matter what. Nothing's is gonna happen good in your life if you play this game. You're gonna fucking die so many times unless you figure it out. And it's sad because I really like going to summer camp, but this summer camp I take a fucking pass on sticking with my 9.
Woo! Some fire.
Was that good for you
fire.
as it was for me?
I need a cigarette after that. How about we put the cigarette out, we chill out, take the knives out of our skulls, and give it a nice rating. A 1 to 10.
Let me super glue my nipples back on.
It's a 1 to 10 rating on if we really like the game, we'll give it a 10, or if we hated the game, we'll give it a 1. I can imagine that this is going to be a really low-rated game, but I want to let you go first, Goobs. Goobs, tell me what you think. Give me the rating and why.
I'm giving this a 3. That's only because I played it as a kid and had some sort of nostalgia for it. And I guess if I played this game more, near the end I was starting to get into the flow of things, but it was still... it's not because it's hard is why I hate it, it's just because it's fucking shit. There's, like, as I mentioned in my fucking rage meter, all the things that are wrong in this game. It's just, I don't know, it's just a jumbled mess of crap for the most part, so I'm sticking with my 3. Short and sweet.
Okay, well, I too am going to give it a 3. Let me tell you
Stop
what I like
copying me.
best. I want to tell you what I liked best about this game, Goobs. I loved the box art.
That's what got it the 3?
I loved the intro with the mask
So that's 2 points.
and the knife. I don't got nothing else that I liked. Let me tell you why it's getting a 3, though. It gets 2 points alone just for the box art. It gets 1 for the cool animation. But it didn't have any music. It didn't have anything cool. It was just a sound at the intro, which was annoying because it was like, that's such a cool intro.
Oh, we forgot to talk about when you... all my friends are dead.
Oh, yeah, what does it say?
It says, all your friends are dead, game over. Something like
When you
along those
die.
lines.
Yeah, it's
When
very
Jason kills all your
blunt.
counselors, it's like, all you see is like, it pops up, there's a few words of text, all your friends are dead. It's like, oh, thanks. That's appreciative.
I'm gonna make that into a t-shirt. That'll be up on the Secret Level store really soon.
Dude, just put folks after it. We got it.
But the map is confusing. The sprites aren't really that great looking. There's no variety really. The music's not good. The theme song is pretty cool, and especially when you've got that toy, that action figure, and you open it up, it's really cool.
Yeah, when it actually works.
Play the game, yeah, when it works. But when you're playing the game, it gets really old really quick. And then on top of that, you've got that stupid fucking beeping, and you got to go find the kids that you've got to save. You're just really managing stuff through the whole game. You're not doing anything.
Yeah, you have to pass off items to other counselors and heal them, and it's just pain in the fucking ass, man.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about how you could pass off stuff to the counselors.
You don't
and
fucking need to.
It's not a good game. It just doesn't feel like it was fully developed. There could have been a lot of really cool things about this game, but it just was really lackluster. It just didn't do anything that a Friday the 13th game should have done.
That's why everyone was hyped for the newer one that came out, and it delivered more than this one surely did.
Oh yeah, the newer one was really great. I still love it. I still jump on every now and then to play it. In fact, I almost bought it on the Switch the other day because I was like, I would go back to it on Switch just to give it another go. But yeah, a 3 from me, a 3 from you. It's a pretty simple review.
Hey, let me type that into my computer. It's a 3.
That is our average of 3. We did not enjoy this game whatsoever.
No, you even gave me an out to pick a different game, because I picked this one, and I'm like, nope. We gotta have a big banger to end this game off, like, end off Spooktober as we're claiming it now. And,
yeah.
You gave me tons of options.
Are you sure?
And
Are you sure?
I'm like, we're going through naming different games. I'm like, yeah, we can do that. I'm like, yo, fuck it. We're doing fucking Jason. That's it. Let's get it done with.
You kept coming back to it. You were the one that kept coming back to it.
I know. I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming me. It's not a you problem. It's a me problem.
Finish him.
All right, Goobs. It's the end of Spooktober. It's the end of this episode.
I'm sad.
I am too. All the spooky, scary stuff is fun. But what we can do is tell you about our other projects. Goobs, would you please go first?
You can go check out the Derailers podcast with my wonderful wife, Jenny Bean, and my best friend, Ripkin. We take the train off the tracks. On a little bit of a hiatus right now, but we'll be coming back. You know, the train's always on time. Sometimes, time just takes a little longer than time. That doesn't make sense, but it will if you listen to Derailers, because that's a random-ass fucking quote and a random-ass fucking show. Go check us out, folks. Toby, what about your projects?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Toby Von Doom.
Oh, you can follow me on both at GoobsWN.
Yes.
I always forget to fucking do that shit.
Yeah, I know. You're bad about plugging yourself.
Not when you're around.
Hey! You can check out my other show. It is the Secret Transmission Podcast. We talk about serial killers, cryptozoology, ghosts, paranormal. I don't know. We talk about a lot of spooky stuff. So if you want to hear spooky all year long, go check out my other show. And it's available on all the major podcasting apps. And you can find it on Instagram and Twitter at Secret Trans Pod. But the most important thing to plug, Goobs, is
our own holes.
Show. Our own holes. So let me tell you, brother, about Secret Levels Pod on Instagram and Twitter.
Let me tell you, brother.
If you want to follow us, please do so. We would love it if you did. We have a Facebook page. I'd love it if you'd go like it. We have a group also. You can chit chat with me in there and Goob's wife. It's the Secret Levels group on Facebook. But if you want to talk to Goobs a lot, join our freaking Discord. Tell them about it.
Jump right into the fucking Discord. Bunch of great dudes and ladies, and we have a lot of fun in there. We play video games sometimes all together. We jump on chat, have a lot of great time. We have, a lot of great times, a good time. Cause
a lot of great times. Good times.
That's a t-shirt right there. A lot of great time. We have some great times in there. We've met some great people, lifelong friends, and you can come meet some lifelong friends as well. And we're always in that chat, or I definitely am. Toby jumps in every so often, but if you want to get a hold of Goobs, jump into Discord. Because Discord is Goobs, and Goobs is Discord.
And if you want to get a hold of Goobs, you can just meet him on the corner. He's usually there after 9 o'clock.
Selling smack in my body.
No, just... Yeah, there you go. But Goobs, what else do we sell?
We also sell t-shirts.
Did you like that segue?
We also sell smack. Get some secret level smack down on 57th and 9. You want to get high? You want to play games? You want to feel like you're in a game? Get some smack. No. In all honesty, go to www.tpublic.com/user/secret levels and put one of our great designs on your great chests. And you know what? You're going to look better doing so, and you're helping out your boys, the Secret Levels podcast, by buying a t-shirt. We get a little bit of cutback from that, and you know what? Goes right back into the show, so we produce more shit for you guys and ladies. That's
right.
I almost said
and
you guys and laddies. I'm like, that's fucking guys and guys.
The lads. Is there anything else that we need to plug?
I don't know, man. All my friends are dead. Game over, folks.